I'm Donna Blanchard, and this is the ThinkTech Daily News for Monday, March 2nd, 2015. In Washington, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu opened his high-profile visit to the American capital by playing down any personal dispute with President Obama. But he said he had a high moral obligation to warn against the dangers of an American-brokered nuclear deal with Iran. He characterized the disagreement over Iran to a fight within a family that would ultimately be overcome, and stressed Israel should always remain a bipartisan issue in the United States. Meanwhile, Secretary of State John Kerry noted that it was odd, if not unique, that the administration learned of the Israeli leader's coming address to Congress not through diplomatic channels, but from Speaker John A. Boehner, Republican of Ohio, and that the administration was not included in the process. Mr. Kerry has been meeting with Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif, working to negotiate the very accord that Prime Minister Netanyahu denounces. The Iraqi military and thousands of Shiite militia fighters began a large-scale offensive to retake the city of Tikrit from the Islamic State. This battle could either become a pivotal fight in the campaign to reclaim North and West Iraq, or deepen the country's bloody sectarian divide. While visiting Samarra, a town near Tikrit, on Sunday, Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi visited the forces massed on Tikrit's outskirts and delivered a speech in which he said 0 hour for the liberation of Tikrit was at hand. On Sunday, in the nearby town of Samarra, Mr. Abadi promised amnesty to local residents who had been forced to join the Islamic State, but he said it was the last chance for them to lay down their arms and assist the security forces in pushing out the militants. This is not the first Iraqi military's attempt to retake Tikrit. The last stalled near Samarra. In the midst of the current measles outbreak, a new survey conducted by the journal Pediatrics found that even though doctors feel the decision to delay vaccinating their children puts them at risk for measles, whooping cough, and other ailments, the vast majority of pediatricians and family physicians acquiesced to parents' wishes. The physicians who reluctantly agreed said they did so to build trust with families and avoid losing them as patients. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention advises that children be vaccinated for 14 diseases before age 6. In a 2012 study of 534 primary care physicians, 93% reported that on any given month, they had been asked at least once to delay vaccines. Such deference is in keeping with today's doctoring style, which values patients as partners, said Dr. Paul A. Offit, a pediatrician specializing in infectious diseases at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, who was not involved in the study. At some level, you're ceding your expertise, and you want the patient to participate and make the decision, he said. The downside is that you have to be willing to stand back and watch them make a bad one. And what's the takeaway for today? Here in Hawaii, family, or ohana, is a very powerful word to invoke. Today, consider family, trust, and responsibility. We are, after all, one ohana. I'm Donna Blanchard, and this has been your ThinkTech Daily News for Monday, March 2nd, 2015. Ahui ho.